Project management is one of the most important tasks that we all need to do. Whether you are going to start a SaaS business or you're going to have an e-commerce store or you're going to have your own website, you need to make sure and manage that the flow of the work and the process is in one direction. In this video, we are going to cover certain topics which is important for project management, and I'm going to explain you all these topics one by one and how you can approach it. These points are project initialization, project definition and planning, project launch and implementation, project monitoring and control, and last is the project close. So the first point is project initialization. Project initialization is the formal start of a project in which you are again going to have two important studies that you need to do. First is the business case study and second is the feasibility study. In business case study, you are going to justify the need of the project and estimating the potential benefits of your project. While in feasibility study, you are going to evaluate the problem which is in the market, and then you are going to determine if your project is able to solve that problem or if it is a good market fit or not. To cover these two studies, you are going to make a project initialization document which are going to have 5 points. One is the business case. Second is the goals and the scope of your entire project. Third is the project organization that you are going to be, or the person who is going to own the entire project. Fourth is the constraint, and last is the project risk. You need to cover all these 5 major points in that document, which comprises your entire project initialization part. Second point is project definition and planning. Project planning is the key to success your project management and your project. You can do this by two methods. One is called as SMART method and another one is called as CLEAR method. Each of these methods specifies couple of parameters like collaborative, limited, time, realistic, approach, refinable, all these things. You can check it out, but the most important part which you are going to cover and the documents which you are going to need for project definition and planning is project scope. You need to define project plan and you need to break down the schedule of your entire project. You need to make sure the quality is also maintained and it is also able to make in a feasible time, cost, resources. You need to make sure the milestones and the project checklist and the checkpoints are also made out, and you also need to make the performance measurements of your entire project. This is the most important part of your entire project because on this documentation your entire project is going to build out. And this is the one documentation that you're also going to hand over the team or the contractor who are going to make your project. Now the third point is project launch and project implementation. Project implementation is simply means like putting your project plan, all the research that you have done, the team that you have gathered into action. You're going to start with regular meets every week. You're going to take care of your team that it is all the things are maintaining, the work is happening properly. You're going to maintain the budget and the resources that you have planned and you have decided that if they are getting used at the right direction. Also, most importantly, there should be a proper communication channel between you and your team. You can use many there's apps which is available like Slack, Skype. You can make sure your team is working. You can also make the use of Discord. You can, if you want, you can also make the use of that. But I prefer using Slack most of the cases. So I recommend also to use Slack for proper communication and channel. So the fourth point, which is project monitoring and project control, which occurs at the same time of your project implementation and project execution. So in this point, you are going to make sure the KPIs, which is the key performance indicators are at place with your team. And one of the example that I have given is the work care that I often use for my scenarios, for my management and, taking the KPIs of my team. Let me pull it out and show to you also. So this is how your work care dashboard will look like. I've created one test organization up here. You can create your own. It is also free. They have a free plan also. You can go inside your organization. You can see like right now, no one is working. But if you go inside your task and team, you would be able to see all the people who you have added. You can click on a specific person and you can able to see like what our task they have been assigned to. You can also see like what our task has been completed from their end. And you can also see that what is the total time that they have actually utilized for completion of these tasks. So this actually helps me to get a specialized report at the end of the month. which again helps me to see like if my team is working, all the things are at right place, how many hours they are contributing. And with the help of this, I'm able to manage the payroll. I'm able to see like, okay, these people are coming, they are coming from, they are actually clocking at what time, they are clocking at what time. I can also go and see their geographic location if it is needed, if it is a market or a salesperson. I can see if it is visiting the site, if it is going to the specific location. Or I can also click on the button and I can also see like, okay, on this particular date, what was the task he was assigned, if it is completed or if it is still pending. All these things I can take care of it. So this is like how I take care of the work in my organization. You can also go and create a free account of work here and use for your projects and your organization. Last but the most important step is project closure. Now, project closure often happens when your project is completed. So you need to make sure that you get all the deliverables from the contractor or the team who are building your project. You need to make sure the proper documentation is placed. You need to make sure all the things that and the resources that you have provided to them that you get back. You also need to go and hire a technical team who would be continuing or who would be maintaining your project once the contractor is left. I will recommend you to actually start 1 month, at least 1 month before the contract or the project is going to get completed. So you will get a time to see the people and hire a good technical team for your, the team who will be continuing the project. This team will also get some time to actually see like what is your project, and they will also be able to study. They will be able to get the entire technical documentation and they would be able to go through, or if anything is missing in terms of technicality, they can again revert you back. They can tell you, and then you can ask from the contractor or the person who from which you have made the project. And once all the things, all the proper documentation, technical aspect, all the resources, all the links and everything that you have get from the contractor, the last you are going to cancel the supplier contract. Make sure the supplier contract is cancelled. Make sure the invoices and all these things are paid, and then you can again continue and maintain your project and scale it up with time to time with the technical team that you have hired. So this was all about project management and how you can manage your project. We are going to come with more videos in the future. We will be discussing more into management and how you can streamline your flow, how you can make a proper pipeline of your entire team. So please stay tuned with it. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up.